I turned it on again last night, Channel 4, as I do every Thursday night. And here comes The Apprentice. I think I got Donald on the line. Good morning, Donald. Are you with us?
Good morning.
Hey,
Hi, Elvis.
Donald! Welcome back to Z100 land. It's good to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's a great honor.
Well, is it an honor, or are you just saying that?
No, it is an honor, actually. It's an honor to talk to you.
It is very early, isn't it?
It's on the early side, but I'm sort of up anyway. So
Okay.
See, I like that we get to talk to you first thing in the morning, Donald, because...
Now, do you do this live, Elvis, or do you put this on later?
No, we're on live.
We're live right now.
We're on
And
right
what's
now.
your audience at 6 in the morning is probably 0, right?
No, that's not right.
You wish. Say something you don't want anybody to know, Donald.
Yeah, we dare you.
No, let me ask you, is your audience the same now as it would be at 7?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, between 6:15 and 7:30, it's at its height for the entire day.
Oh, really? I didn't realize 6:15. That sounds early.
Well, keep in mind, Donald, a lot of people have to wake up to get ready for work, and they have us on, so they're listening.
That's right. Well, I do too. I will say that. Go ahead.
What I love about interviewing Donald this early in the morning, because he's just now waking up, is we can kind of take advantage of his mind because he's not at 100%.
A little slow still.
That's probably true.
So we're taking advantage of you. So once again, quite a fiery night on The Apprentice, Donald. You fired Raj, and some people are picketing downstairs. Do you still feel after you've done it that you made the right decision?
Well, I'll tell you something. A lot of people, Elvis, have asked me whether or not the show comes first, or does getting The Apprentice come first? In other words, which really? And if the show came first, which it doesn't, but if the show came first, I would not have fired Raj, because Raj was a great character.
Yeah, Raj was actually the most outstanding character so far. I was so sorry to see him go last night.
Well, I hated to see him go, and he turned out to be a lot better than I thought. You know, at the beginning, when I first saw him, he shows up with yellow jackets and red pants and bow ties, and he wears a cane, or he uses a cane. He really wears a cane because he doesn't need it.
Right.
And I said, where did you come from? Do you need that cane? He said, no, I don't. I like it. I said, I don't like the cane. You know, I didn't like his deal. And he turned out to be a very talented guy. But what he did last night was just not acceptable. He took a house that he was renovating. The other team did an incredible job. He was the team leader. He took a house that he was renovating, and he turned it into a 3-bedroom from a 4-bedroom. So he made it a less valuable house. In addition to that, because of the fact that he had to change all the walls and everything else, it became a much more expensive task. So what happened, they had a lot of money to fix him, but he spent a lot more money than he had to. So he made a 4-bedroom into a 3-bedroom, and he had to spend a lot of money, and they didn't even get it finished.
No, but he put a bathroom upstairs, though.
Yeah, and
when I'm sleeping upstairs,
Well, he didn't get it
wanted,
finished.
Oh, he didn't get it finished. But
That's right.
had he finished the bathroom, you still think from a 4 to a 3 is a mistake?
Yes, I think generally it is, because in this case, we're not dealing with Park Avenue here, and in this case, it probably would never have gotten the kind of value that a 4-bedroom would have.
Oh, Donald, I don't know. A 4-bedroom house is going to house a fairly good-sized family, and a good-sized family without a bathroom upstairs has got big problems.
They got to line up something.
You're right, but you have to know that when you build a bathroom and you build it upstairs, you have to finish it, and he never got it.
Oh, okay,
I got to go with you.
I'm with you there. Who wants to pee in an unfinished bathroom?
Well, do you blame
Now, the
Raj?
alternative, actually, you had Chris who went crazy, which would have been an alternative, I guess. But the other alternative, the real alternative, was going to be Kevin. It was really down to those two. And Kevin picked a terrible contractor. So Kevin picks a bad contractor, stays with him, but of course Raj was the team leader, so he could have done something about that also.
Well,
so I hated to see Raj go, but he took a 4-bedroom, made it a 3-bedroom, and didn't get it finished.
Yeah,
what could Raj have done to save that situation? Because the contractor wasn't any good. Was there anything he could have done to get the contractor moving, or have you found that it's a dead end?
It would have been great if he was able to see that the contractor wasn't good. Now, the other team also had a very bad contractor. They got rid of that contractor, and they got a superstar. In fact, I'm looking for that contractor right now. I want him to do some work for me. The other team, the other team did a great job. The contractor on the other team was unbelievable. Did you notice that?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure they could do all sorts of different types of jobs for you. They you know what I'm saying? They were very...
They were very creative.
They seem very connected to their world. But you know what, Donald? Also, you say about contractors, by the way, I think we definitely learned something last night. If you've never hired a contractor to redo your house or whatever, you can be so screwed if you go down the wrong path. And I'm sure even building hotels, you found the same thing.
I've had it many times. You go down the wrong path, or you have the wrong concept. It is just not good. And I think they went down the wrong path. They didn't execute well, but before they had to execute, they went down the wrong path.
Well, that's too. It's sort of like playing the stock market a little bit, Donald. You have to know when to get out. If this guy's not getting the job done, you've got to know when it's time to get off that horse and get another one.
Well, it was very, very close. I mean, Kevin chose this contractor, but, Raj was still the team leader.
That's right.
And if you look at the other team, they also chose a very bad initial contractor. And then they went to the guy who was a superstar. He was great. He could have done anything. By the way, he could have put in the bathroom in time. This guy would have had it finished. He was great.
Yeah, bad contractors, they're a cancer. There's nothing you can do about them other than fire them.
Bad contractors are a total disaster, and there's nobody that knows more about bad contractors than me.
Right. Now, listen, we noticed something else in the boardroom last night, Donald, and that was this little petty people talking too much and pointing fingers kind of thing going on.
That's right.
It happened with Ivana, and it happened with, is his name Chris, I believe?
Yes.
It's like people don't know when to keep their mouths shut. What is up with these people?
Well, Chris blew up. He had a big blow up, and Ivana is like a little sniper. She's always sniping, and she's driving people crazy. And people are not happy with Ivana.
So if Raj had kept Chris in the boardroom after you were upset with Chris, and it was very obvious that you were, would you have then fired Chris over Raj?
No, I think I had no choice but to fire Raj. I did the right thing. Raj was the team leader. Raj had the wrong concept, and whether or not Kevin picked the contractor, Raj didn't have to take that contractor.
Donald, do you have the feeling that this year's crop has the same sense of teamwork that last year's had? It seems to me that they haven't formed a real unified team at all.
Well, I think from a television standpoint, there are two standpoints. But I think from a television standpoint, this group of people is equal to and maybe even better in a certain way. I think from a team standpoint, from working together standpoint, they might not be as good. They may not be as good.
And I'm finding it hard to find people to actually like and want them to win. Like last season, I kind of did. I had some people I latched onto. This season, it's harder. Are you finding it harder to find people to like?
I think there are 3 or 4 people that are turning out to be superstars, and you're going to see that as the weeks go by. There are a few people that are absolutely going to be superstars, maybe better than last year even.
Wow. See, the two I'm looking at right now, I'm loving Andy, and because he's young and he's really proving people wrong.
Right.
And Kevin, other than the contractor thing last night, I think Kevin is a really smart guy.
I had no idea. Kevin doesn't look like a big guy, but did you ever see Kevin without his shirt on? This guy, he can bench press or something 400 pounds.
Really?
So I said, you have to be kidding. And then I saw him on one of the shows, and I see the guy without the shirt. I say, this guy is really strong, but he can bench press this inordinate amount of weight. Not that that's the biggest thing. See, I like hiring cranes. It's just easier.
I was wondering, Donald, get your opinion on something. When Raj first proposed breaking down the wall and putting the bathroom in there, I think it was Jennifer who gave him a hard time on it.
Well, Jennifer is very, very smart. She went to Princeton. She went to Harvard Law School. And she's very smart. They're all smart, in very different ways. But, they were brought on because of their brain. Out of over 1 million people, they were brought on for that. Jennifer is really smart. I thought Jennifer was 100% right. She was not happy.
Right.
She was not happy with what was going on. And it wasn't a question, as you say, it wasn't a question of 4-bedroom to 3-bedroom. I didn't like that idea. But it was also a question that you had to build it. Whereas if you left it as a 4-bedroom, you just had to paint the place up and get it ready.
Yeah. But can I ask you a question about teamwork and about working together? Jennifer disagreed with Raj, and she didn't want to go down that path, and she fought him on it. Doesn't there reach a point when the team has to say, okay, this is the choice our leader has made, let's make it work, rather than kind of like holding back and opposing everything?
Well, Jennifer totally disagreed with Raj, but ultimately, and she felt strongly about it, but ultimately she was a team player. She did try and help them, but they didn't get it done. They really didn't get it done because that a lousy contractor.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
How about, did poor Raj ever get Robin's phone number at the end?
Raj is a player. He went crazy over Anna Kournikova, if you remember that. He went crazy. He was dying to put that serve in or return her serve. He was going crazy over her. And Robin is a great beauty. Robin's a very interesting case. Robin works in my office. Mark Burnett was looking for an actress to play Robin's role. You know, somebody that could sit there because I have my people working. They're busy and everything else. And they interviewed actresses all over the place, like 25 of them. And they sat there, and they were fine, I guess, in some cases. And then Mark comes up to my office, and he sees me, and he sees Robin sitting there in front. And he said, Donald, this woman has to play the role.
Oh, God.
Number one, it's true. It's real. It's not like somebody that we're hiring. I mean, she really works for you. And number two, she's beautiful. And Robin was in all sorts of magazines, recently Maxim, et cetera, et cetera.
Wow.
And Robin is one of the greatest figures you'll ever see, but Robin's become like this big star. Hundreds and hundreds of letters a week are addressed to
Isn't
Robin.
that great? Isn't that funny? You know, another thing, I got to say, once again, Carolyn looked great last night, and you guys are really showing her smiling and being a regular human being this season.
Big change.
It's great. You know what?
Doesn't Carolyn look better this season?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
She got a little makeover.
I don't know if she's getting used to the camera or the camera's liking her better, but in terms of beauty, forgetting about everything else, she just looks radiant on television.
She does.
Yeah, she's a little softer.
But beauty aside, she seems to glow from within, Donald. We can't always, go, oh, look how hot she is. But she's got that smile.
Forgot.
Yeah, you don't want to get sued over
I
this.
almost forgot that.
Exactly. Don't forget that, Donald.
You know, Carolyn really, I mean, she does a great job for me. She's a very, very tough, smart person, and she really does a great job. But I just think she looks really good on the season.
She does.
All right, well, next week, another Apprentice. Are you still having fun, Donald? Are you getting tired of this?
Fun. The ratings are through the roof, and I like it.
Are you getting tired of being a TV star? Are you ready to just go back to being Mr. Real Estate?
You know, I'd like to say I'm getting tired. There's a lot of fun about being a TV star. You walk down the street, and all the beautiful women are waving at you. I don't know.
All right, Donald, have a great one. We'll see you next week on The Apprentice.
I'll talk to you next week,
Don't forget,
fella.
this Saturday, it's The Apprentice all over again. Want your keep your eye on your listings, and you got to watch it. It's a whole different.
Yeah, I want to see more of that boardroom.
Yeah, the boardroom's pretty cool from this week. Thank you very much, Donald. 6:30 coming up. We've got your horoscopes. Well, let's do that now, and then Daniel Slee's report.